Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KitBadger.com, here today to give you the pitch. We're talking about the Coast to Coast tour, cruising from one side of the country to the other, celebrating freedom. So, what is it? Broad strokes. Well, it's a pretty rad road trip. I'm going to be packing up some awesome guns and making my way across country. There's going to be kind of twofold to it. On the one hand, I'm going to be stopping along the way, creating some pretty rad content with a number of different people. Might start the trip down over on the west coast, over with Noveski. Maybe make my way Cheyenne, Wyoming, do some filming with Magpul. Maybe down through Texas, hit up my buddy Todd Huey, do some stuff down there, and eventually make my way over to probably Florida. So that's one side of it, which will be cool. I'll be creating some standalone content, but the really cool part, especially for you guys, is going to be really the heart of the tour, which is going to be the range days. I've been very fortunate in that I've had the ability and access to shoot a lot of really cool guns at different range days, all kinds of different opportunities, and it's been awesome. And there are some guns, to include the Honey Badger, that honestly it's pretty hard to appreciate without shooting one. Like, you see a picture, maybe you see a video and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But getting behind one, or for that matter, the fix, you're like, oh, cool, like, yeah, about a 6-pound bolt gun. No, like, when you pick that thing up, when you actually run that bolt, like, it's amazing. And there's other incredible guns out there too. Wouldn't it be cool to have the opportunity to maybe come shoot some of those? So, setting up this Coast to Coast tour to basically celebrate some of those freedoms we have and give people the opportunity to come out, shoot some rad guns, and hang out with some like-minded, awesome people. What can you expect from the range days? Well, it's going to be rad. First of all, it's going to be relatively small. Probably about 50 tickets for each of the range days. Not because, hey, I want to make this really exclusive, as much as, hey, I want to make this to where you actually have an opportunity to hang out and not only shoot some really rad guns and not wait in like Disneyland lines, but no, actually get some time behind the guns. And in addition to that, actually have a chance to hang out and talk with some of the other people there. Like, you're going to be there with a bunch of really cool, like-minded people that are coming out to do cool stuff that you want to do also. Have a chance to actually meet those people. So what can you expect from that range day? Well, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be a solid turnkey experience. If you've gone to some range days, they're not very fun because they pick up a case of Winchester white box on the way to the range day, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, this isn't zeroed, and then you're shooting at paper, but it doesn't matter because the paper's so far you can't even see impacts anyway. Like, may as well just shoot it into the side of a mountain. That's stupid. This will not be that. When you go, one, the ticket, probably between 50 and 100 bucks. With that, you're gonna get one pretty sweet grab bag full of some exclusive stuff to the tour, stickers, maybe some patches, things along those lines, as well as some discounts from some of the vendors, which will definitely be valuable. In addition to that, you're going to get an ammo voucher. So you will be able to use that in addition to whatever other ammo you want to buy. Why is this important? Because it's a controlled known quantity. Meaning when you go to the range day and you pick up this and you go to shoot it, you just got done buying subsonic ammo that is a known quantity for the gun, that the optic is zeroed for, so you have a rad experience shooting it, which is what it's all about. And all the ammo there will be for all the different guns there, to include subsonic, supersonic, stuff along those lines, and all of the optics will actually be zeroed for that ammo and those guns. In addition to that, you will be shooting at steel at all different ranges, reactive targets, swingers, vital zones, all of that stuff, which is a lot of fun. So what kind of guns can you expect to shoot out there? Well, there will be pretty much the entire catalog from Q, which is awesome because they make some rad stuff. And the rest of the list, honestly, it's still growing. What about maybe a SR25 or a SR15? Think stuff that you're not gonna walk into your gun store and be like, oh, like, can I get that whatever off of the rack? Stuff you're probably not gonna find at most gun stores. And stuff that's pretty cool, whether from like a historical aspect, be it kind of military weapons, or just like serious cool factor. Opportunity to lay hands and actually get some time behind a number of different really cool guns. At this point, some of you are like, let's do this, I'm in. And others are like, I don't know, would that be cool? Well, if you like shooting, one, yeah, it's probably pretty cool. Pretty cool experience. Basically adult Disneyland moving across country that you can come check out. If you are interested in maybe a gun that might be relatively spendy, that you're gonna have to save up a little while for, then yeah, because you can go out there and you can pick it up and be like, wow, this is amazing, I am sold. Or you can be like, you know what, like, I'm gonna just go buy that SKS, hashtag just as good. Like, you do you. In that case, just saved you like a couple grand, so you're welcome, thanks for coming out. But the range days, they're gonna be epic. How many are they gonna be? Probably between 6 and 8. How is it gonna work? Well, first one will probably be somewhere down southern, western Oregon, Medford area. And after that, gonna probably cruise over through lower Idaho, either one over in Boise or maybe out towards Twin Falls, make my way up. Another one probably over by Cheyenne, over in Wyoming, drop down, maybe one over in Pueblo, cruise further south, probably 2 in Texas, because America, and then make my way across, maybe 1 or 2 out through Louisiana, Georgia, and then finally, last one over there in Florida. It's gonna be a rad trip. Which brings us to the win. Planning on kicking this off right at the beginning of September. It'll go for basically about 2.5, 3 weeks, making my way across the country, coast to coast. Some of the range days probably gonna end up on weekdays. Not because I'm trying to mess up your work schedule, more because one, usually ranges are slower and quieter, can have a better experience during the week. And 2, I don't want to have them on the weekend so that it takes me 3 months to drive across the US. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna end up making my way across about 2.5, 3 weeks to get from the West Coast over to the East Coast, stopping and holding a bunch of awesome range days along the way. So it gets to the pitch. How can you help make this happen? I will say, if you've done the math up to this point, you're like, well, that's not a ton of tickets for people to actually be able to go and experience the range day. You're absolutely right. I get that. So how can I bring you along on the adventure? Well, before I give you the pitch, what I need from you, I will explain hopefully the value that I will provide for you. This entire thing is going to be captured and put out for you. All of it is going to get put out. So probably not myself behind the camera, but some other really solid guys within the industry are going to be capturing it like vlog style, like documenting this entire thing. There might be a gap of a day or two just because it's a nonstop like adventure and editing. It's a chore, especially after long days at the range, but it's going to get put out and all this content will be there for you. There might even be some exclusive content, depending, maybe it's going to show up over on Patreon, but the lion's share of all this content is going to get put out in numerous channels for you guys, to include live streams and stuff along those lines. And it's going to be really, really rad. So how can you guys help make this thing happen? To make this a reality takes cash money dollars. So me like, Ivan, why don't you just put it on a credit card and get some crippling debt? Nope, hard pass, not gonna do it. Ivan, why don't you just throw the guns in the back of your chopped down Isuzu Trooper? Also not a good idea. I want to do this and I want to do it right, and there's a lot of logistics behind it. Lots of logistics. And in order to make that happen, to be able to bring this to you the way I want, i.e. like documentary vlog style, people behind the camera, people continually putting out content, that takes dollars, man, at the end of the day. So how can you support this? How can you make it happen? Well, if you go over to kitbadger.com and you go over to the shop, there's gonna be some stickers. Probably the most expensive stickers you'll ever buy in your life. You can get the cheapest one over there and it costs $10. Not because you're buying a sticker, although you will end up getting your sticker in the mail, but because you're buying into this, into Coast to Coast Tour, Celebration of Firearms and Freedom, which is about as American as it gets. And this is gonna be amazing. So when you go over there, you'll see a number of different, there are like Kit Badger stickers, but these will be specific. They will be, the ones that get sold are the ones that printed, and that's it. Like, relatively exclusive, I guess. But these are directly in support of this venture. So you can pick up a sticker for $10, or depending on what you would like, you can get more expensive stickers. To include some fairly expensive stickers that are gonna open the door for some cool stuff, like some actual like meetups, catered meals in some of these cities we're stopping in, which I think it'll be a lot of fun. And in addition to coming out and having some rad food, hanging out with cool people, you're supporting it and making this thing a reality. Again, take a look at some of those different tiers. There's gonna be some cool stuff. In addition to that, is there a stretch goal? Absolutely. So step back, what's the goal to begin with? About $20,000. You're like, $20,000, that's so, it is, absolutely, it's a lot of money. And this venture like requires a fair amount of money, but that is basically what it'll take to make this happen. Keep in mind, my subscriber count, I don't know, like 60,000. So I don't know if 2/3 of you threw in 50 cents, we'd be there, I guess. Numbers, math, right? It's doable, and I need your guys' help to make this a reality. Even if you won't be able to show up for the range day, you will get to enjoy all the content, and it's gonna be cool. Stretch goals. So passing that threshold of 20,000, what's there? Well, if we're able to get past that to about 30,000 on top of a rad range day, whether you're there in person or living vicariously, getting to watch cool content created around it, I'll be able to bring some rad instructors out, as well as other people, just industry. Whether Kevin Brittingham comes out, hangs out for range day or two, maybe Nick, one of the engineers, actually goes through, like, the fix is basically his baby, and having him actually explain the how and why, build one out right there on the range, get to shoot it afterwards, that would be pretty cool. Or maybe, what about Bill Rapier coming out from Amtac Shooting? Maybe a little hip pocket course on deploying guns out of bags, maybe some knife work, maybe Ian from Room Nation. Sky's the limit at that point. You might be like, hey, that's cool, not really in the market for one of these. Maybe I already shot one. What haven't you shot? Right now, basically building a list. Space Invader by Noveski. If you want to shoot some cool stuff, let me know. We'll see if it can get on the list. You're like, I want to shoot a belt fed. I'll tell you right now, the logistics of moving pallets of ammo, because belt feds are fun, but they're really fun to shoot lots of ammo with. Those logistics are a monster, but you want to shoot a belt fed, we can make that a stretch goal. We can make that happen. I am personally really excited about this project. It's going to be incredible. It really is. It's going to be something positive. It's going to be an amazing time. Giving people opportunity to shoot a bunch of really cool, like, grail guns, hang out with people like-minded all across the country. and on top of that, be able to bring you a ton of content, a ton of footage, documenting that entire journey. There are a bunch of pretty cool players in this. I'm not at liberty to say right this second, but I will continue to keep you updated. So where does this leave us? One, I told you the pitch. If you see value in it, please support it. You know how. Go over to kitbadger.com. There's going to be a link down below. Take you over there, buy a sticker. One of the special ones. I don't know if the image will be updated by the time this video's live. It might just be kind of like a 20-second sketch that I sent to my buddy who's working on the final art for the sticker. But it will be rad, I promise. Go over there, get a sticker at pretty much whatever level you would like to support this at, and follow along. I will start putting, as this video goes live, I will start and continue updating you guys over on Instagram, over at kitbadger Instagram. Some of you are like, wait a minute, this isn't Kickstarter or GoFundMe. How do I know I can trust you? You know what? It's not, because both those places are kind of buttholes when it comes to dealing with firearms. Ipso facto, doing this myself in-house. You're like, what if you just take all the money and don't tell us? So what you're saying is, after working my face off for 4 years to get to where I am right now, doing what I love and enjoy, I'm gonna take a $20,000 payout and just like skip town. No, I'm not gonna do that. What if I don't make the 20 grand? That's on you guys. I'm just kidding. We are gonna make it. We are gonna make this thing happen. We'll probably end up making stretch goals, and this is gonna be epic. I'm really excited. So if you wanna support it, please do. Go over to kitbadger.com, or to the shop. You'll see those stickers there. And to get continued updates, go over, follow the Instagram. In addition to that, if you're like, hey, I wanna see this thing happen, I really wanna shoot this, let me know. I will do what I can to make that happen. I will say, if you're like, hey, I want to shoot an M250 cal, like, you know what? I'll tell you right now, they're fun to shoot, but, most ranges won't let you shoot them. So 50 cal might be off the table. We'll see. But let me know. And as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.